Welcome to Trust Bank.
If you are thinking of a bank that takes care of customers' needs by providing quality services with flexibility, reliability, and innovation, think Trust Bank. With Trust Bank mobile banking, you enjoy services such as balance enquiry, mini statement, funds transfer between accounts, exchange rate, mobile airtime top-up, stop ATM card, checkbook requests, and PIN change. Our real-time gross settlement allows the customer to instruct the bank to transfer funds from their account to another account at another bank. Our expertise and experience in international banking is both legendary and the envy of the market. Retail banking. One bank, different amazing packages. Whether you are interested in savings account, current account, time or fixed deposit account, lending or overdraft, our team of dedicated staff is always ready and happy to help you out with your transactions as you wish. Corporate banking. Trust Bank offers the most convenient services for deposit accounts, credit facilities, trade finance, bond and guarantee, and foreign currency account. With e-banking, you can make electronic bill payments and online banking and enjoy 24-hour access to your money without ATM. With the largest network of branches and agents, we give you the convenience to receive funds as you please. We are Trust Bank because we take pride in satisfying every customer's financial needs.
Nga rod na lawa to kuma ta bak asira linga da fo ko nyi pound dinkila
hey elafta maboro la bank kalpo e fa igiso e seo na yuna jang iba dinkila to kati yuna wallet ibe falindiro ke kan sandiri nyat
ni la yuna wallet to si muna fanno tulo yabo mano kandri ni fenja ma jama isi sanno la yuna wallet to kono yalla kamo soto ila wallet to kono
alkana la konda no tay ka yuna wallet anatan tolle mukan na balwo fanondi abe sono yaren ko bulu podo ne la mobile scan yo science ise ma boroke wato men diate
ko be sandro ke fangole ba ko ba ke kan dimbalem isi ñu lonko e sandro ke yona enterprise wato wati anu la yona wallet to la e be lan kamo soto kay la wallet to kono
alina nga kafun nanyi yuna dimbayal kan kasandiro ke yuna bitikoto alina kata nyin ko kentat na sulo fe lolu si sandiro kije se ma boro fanan keje
moro jundi ana nyum ko di mabal ni kadeda
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi bismillah Kerr Fatou programme so tamina tina ramisa bi ko tenke mun tanali jan bio le stem bankola kan nali ajude the online ke kanal follow up kan ala ko nata stem le on the invitation of the our partners Balu is an online platform ya ko ka do ko ka business ka service so ne the diaspora. You can go to their app and be able to buy Domol Family, Castol, Kuramol, Show Femian, Suat Drum, is some through their app. And also, if you could open through their app and be able to serve your people back home. Familiar and Gapumat and needed to call a science engineer. Sign Nata, Kanawali, Kacha, Kila Moldi, and opportunities of the Kuning Government in Spain, visit Tata Girona, and in South, and Tata from Mataro, and in Jamal Bente, Alonco, Sauro and Libake. Ita Kerr Fatou follow yani watu wa ni findi da street so kon mo de nyinkala ngo alaji bora le de nyinkala bo gaji bole de nyinkala wo kata ni kontant ku bati de gambe no konton la ni de south and Girona ni ko alaji na ni ani makabani ni alfa babu de na de silla wo de mo le tinya ko bismillah ka do faraje bayri mu futata Barcelona mo futano Madrid ala ko Gambian embassy in Madrid le ning embassy mo nata in contact ke jibe bay ni lunta ni gara sate de fo ni jati secretary and ni fongola oncle le bide oncle Noha mo futano Madrid bari and say jibe ka jibe be nyaade bayri ni ngana kata oncle Noha ni bismillah Kerr Fatou be Barcelona Madrid ko be konton albe ni nyaade.
Alhamdulillah, Fatou Mbijane de Tanot and Pemvela, we all find our needs are in good condition.
Alhamdulillah, Nata Barcelona, come now for an introduction of the invitation of my partners for Balu, Gambian Jamal Bentaje, Kabo Mataro, Karafu, Girona, and inside. Nika Chata, but the Jamin Kadunka child be on a left time in Kalanajiko, exactly 1 year B, May 2023. The yellow letter of credence present to the authorities in Spain. I mean, became a cavalry to Masiji. Some of the quality element to be cavalry, Ali Embassy Taranadi, and element to Madrid, cavalry take over in Spain.
Okay, Fatou Abarakabake, thank you very much for winning Karo Kumata. It's been 1 year covering in credentials all present. Covering Nata to begin with, predecessors are handing over to Mulu to Jene, nothing on the floor GV, and then I realized there are some pending issues, so we started working on those. And Alhamdulillah, to a very large extent, Fenjamal Tauton Econo. And now on was going to do at a progress all minke, I will highlight the lab and then call me Yalanko, that a problem be I will not highlight it. So until the community, Kablo problem or no, try case solve. The whole Nara community, Gambian la problem, mostly Atata and Nata problem. And Naji of Nawal see Gambian la problem. So we're trying our very best to address those problems. Mostly for the Minku, Minku Matabaki. Kaiti quality. In the sense ko Gambian ka kaitol nyinile either the embassy to Jong or Bantala Banko, for example, in Senegal. Young Gambian Siata Jenne. By our reckoning, Minister of Foreign Affairs reckoning, we had what about 23,000 post Gambians in Bijang.
23,000 in Spain.
Yeah, 23,000, 2020 from going to figures. But now we say Allah fatale, Allah fatale. Alhamdulillah, it's sharing back. But mostly problem coming up from the problem of category quality. The category need left the category renewal, and need after family members also smaller than Yalanko state of Jam Kato to the family members also smaller. So you can promise or category will the main issue because Nyata Ikarasi Negale. And this one so what J I kept in the back, it was it on Gambian ambassador in Benujam, my successor. It was it I go walk about in the back and need a Senegal, Ikabatajele, Janibe Kaito Sorola. Because sometimes, a day or 2 or 3, Catalaring, Surakan Caseltanini, ni min tara hotel to fanan aka expensive back. So in short, ka bata back. So wo problem o ngo inherit le. And you know, we are working to solve that. Because we're not follow the first engagement with the Spanish authorities. Akita wallet. Katandila kun molka bata ni Senegal. Bata back and that is a big concern. So what can they do to help us? Fortunately, at that time, Minister Tangara Fanatajam, we had a meeting with the Spanish Minister of Foreign Affairs and some staff of the embassy. So nganyum for Spanish Minister, so another order D, Mr. Jeto, Kala Mole ko Lieutenant Eko, ala try. Ale na Spanish antenna Banjul, meaning the Spanish office government office Banjul. Ale mo lafaje mi yalan ko as consular matters handle no. I go instruction dealer. Meaning ko sign near to official strategy, katol min kata Dakar, mon kata min Dakar, e be danna Banjul ye process de the next level be it was from the Dakar. But han sign mbole batukang. Wo fonko approval ning dile, but unfortunately the staff or the person in question is not yet on the ground. So mbole batukang. In fact, mga appointments of the during the course of with the Director of African Affairs, Foreign Affairs. Once I implement, we'll have that main problem. So, because the other ones are, you know, relatively minor, which we handle at our level in Spain, or the college for filing on passport authentication, birth certificate, marriage certificate authentication, and those are the handle with us all.
Especially when it comes to Gambian Taranyaji embassy that is something we are going for Kabin Gambian raised and Huntington the Gambia phone these are clearing a problem to party to even get an appointment at the Spanish embassy. So you know be more friendly to me alongo abekumala na kachala kula bake. Na trailer internet correctly siri sa dumi na ngajube na kutini kachako. Comme ya fanya ndro embassy ko isulet. So government demand complaint wala visa appointments no problem. Even consular model ni alongo ya fanya fonko. Being also to in Africa, it will let us to Spain. So I'm going to come here back for Kenya. Embassy call access to embassy service one of the issues we really inherit. And we come here for with the authorities. I'll be patrol approval of this. I'll be patrol. New approval on what exact service in Mentawali Bila Gambian or Lamenda Gambia. Is it going to be a full embassy or is it just two of a consular services?
For now, it's not going to be a full embassy. They're going to have a consular officer there. Munyalanko abe Gambian be Spain mostly. Nita da so kono ka sula consular service ol minna. Wale be ma ko la wala. For example, you know there are a lot of Gambians here. Munyalanko they are resident here. Okay, ikapare ke la family someone from the Gambia. But it involves a lot of paperwork and it involves Senegal, you know, to authenticate certain documents. So we'll be eliminate life because right now that is a problem for Gambians because neither Anika Patami Takiji Kawarabakele. So ni more post Gambia, the Spanish antenna Gambia, ni more post the consular officer, will process Tala, so that these people will not have to go to Senegal when the need arise. Our problem will solve. In fact, as we speak, that is one of the biggest challenges for Gambians.
Yeah, in fact, in Girona, this was some of the things that were raised. More concerned raised about it. Ni la kaiti ko nata kata Senegal ko do njo la kata Senegal in batro min kala je ka ko anin time ni ka batu. But also ngaminje wala ngal ko this is generally ni EU bete wala Gambian or ni got a visa in Spain. Number one, put the appointment of the embassy is difficult. And that is not just Gambian, but I think it's general. But also the waiting days is 45 days. And also visa fee was 120, but in EU relaxed recently. Where some of these also brought up by authority to the authorities, so we could find between diplomatic ties, is no longer.
Yes, okay. This is one problem within the EU. Among go specific to Spain or Gambians coming to Spain. There are some issues between the EU and the Gambia government, and not only Gambia government but other governments as well, concerning the return of migrants who have been staying in Europe illegally. They feel some governments, including the Gambia, are not cooperating well in receiving these people. But we are cooperating because it has to be a gradual process. And as I tell you, all legal remedies exhaust in the country with Daminto. So government seek also the water draw. We want it to be gradual and steady, so that more better barasod la kokon. But they told they feel otherwise. So they are putting pressure on governments, not only Gambia, putting pressure on governments so that they can receive these returnees. So that is why they impose some sanctions. But we can, of course, having to wait 5 days, 5 days that has to be the waiting window, and in turn the visa fee fall into 120. But work on between the EU and the Gambia government, and need so and the relationship and I can see this this is a step in the right direction, and eventually we hope that this with the window waiting period it's a only to Gambia audience. There are other countries having the same problem, and it's not akin to Spain. It's an EU-wide policy. This one is taken not in Madrid but in Brussels. So we hope that with time it will ease. Definitely, we are working on that very well. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Gambia is doing very well, of course, in collaboration with missions in Europe, to deal with the problem. And alhamdulillah, it's being solved gradually.
Okay, 23,000 plus Gambians were arrested in Bamboka according to record in 2020, right? And one of the main issues was access to the embassy service in Dakar, and we offended the authorities here at Kachale. What are the other issues me and Alia Taraji and Alia
Yes, the other problems community drama sometimes government will minka dumukuta getting documentation. That is also another very important issue. The documentation of the passport. So mako wotole porque passport also. That is if they pass through the embassy, will be the new in Campo release out into town. They come and approach us to help them with the documentation. So nkawoldol mako la passport lale the formal katrambul janne nga formal di like fil nga send banjul nga process den passport e murna njang den nga dila. But unfortunately sometimes dol bije ka passport ki la reti sole direct to banjul bypassing the embassy or consul so that la molka passport drai ni ada reje aina dan a couple of times passport ni ada some inconsistency sort. So new worker dong then Spanish authorities can for that there's an issue with passport. Although that passport there's some problem with the passport issued by the government of the Gambia, which is okay, and we attest to that. But they have issues with the information in the passport, especially date of birth. Date of birth. Sometimes the families back home they can more date of birth manipulated. They can manipulate such that it's a minor. For example, if somebody was 25 years, or is 25 years, I say kirado ki afo ko ni ba passport ala mol badala isake that 17 years or 16. Apurka ki minority because the new minority not but there are a few benefits because the state will take care of you until you are 18. They will train you, they will school you, whatever. So and if you like if you get how this will you can benefit one so that you can samatala. But ni samatala ni another ni Spanish we have that because moving between 25 years, you have 17 sometimes. I can manifest an outlook to a personal appearance, like a doubt sort of. So that is a problem that we have now with regard to passport. A problem to such an extent that sometimes unfortunately they doubt the passport. But what we always tell them is that do not doubt the passport. You can doubt the information in the passport, but the passport itself it's a genuine document issued by the Immigration Department of the Gambia. So we appeal to the parents or brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers. Gambia need passport. Let him reflect the correct age. If you reflect the correct age, then there's no problem. Gambia passport. Question them back to such the extent that they doubt the validity. They don't doubt the validity of the passport itself. Information mean you can only doubt and one information of the. As far as we are concerned, we always tell them the Gambia passport is a genuine travel document. But ni age ko ka question raise. So ni passport boss that sometimes for Nintendo, and they would write to us to either verify or the age or the document. But document on you always verify the is genuine, but aging sometimes we call it verify no. Because I try my passport to the embassy or to our honorary consuls. When you to the embassy or the honorary consuls, that issue of age you call falsify no. You can put on the interview at the embassy we interview and make sure you produce, never produce GV, and then you form on and then we endorse your passport. So most of the passports police will come in muta. I can tell them banjul directly embassy to no. We don't have issues with those.
Yeah, so I wanted to raise that. Gambian or Minu Kanana, Mina will put later on. But I wanted to bring this because obviously I spoke to some Gambians and this was raised. It concerns me more to for example, Nintamu Gambian was Spain, and then no passport to Gambia because maybe we'll process study at Amul. Particularly in Girona. The claim means particularly in Girona, the police authorities will care passport, validate, pulkera kaito, pulke bulolandi, as long as passport manta, either Alam Madrid office or a consulate stamp, where they charge a fee of either 30 euro or 35 euro in Girona between 45 to 60 euro sometimes. New stamp monkey, police or passport valid. It's not valid because there's no stamp from the embassy. But I'm thinking, Natra passport, Abuta Gambia, Mansakundara passport, issued passport of immigration department. Must it have a stamp of either the consulate or the embassy for it to be valid? Because according to Italian info, it doesn't exist in Madrid, it doesn't exist in Barcelona, it doesn't exist in other cities. It's particularly in Girona. And this was sanctioned by a letter that was written by the former ambassador, particularly Honorable Yang Yabo, now PS, and was delivered to the police authorities by Sapoli, the consulate of Girona. Allegedly, I think this issue is persisting in Girona. Can you please clarify with them? Because this is a concern we are raised, and they felt like that was the reason me along it all the passport issues. Now what a Gambia.
Passport identification o kake do abel even jang fon ka aka kijanne because the Spanish authorities sometimes they find it difficult to understand, to appreciate komobe tarno janyadi le passport so from the Gambia. But in Kafueloko, that is possible with the machine readable passport. With the biometric passport, it's not possible. But with the machine readable passport, of course, in Kafueloko, it's possible that it could be obtained from the Gambia and sent back here to Spain. In all book problems of the water, it all Jeroto can be sort of water, so that they request this we do it here. We do issue authentication. And also our honorary consuls foreign market. Pini come in charge na gure ka vary because the honorary consuls it's an honorary service. We don't pay them anything. Government doesn't pay them anything, so we can start some in the public. We can officer run all like so luasle. We can rent jolly, service all back internet, printing, everything. So ika wodo wandi mon minta sorry not the wandi ika min charge ika fangron walla but we're trying to work with the authorities katandila ko passport min ka bo Gambia ika ke genuine passport olati Gambia government issued passports all the modi so imanya ne ke doubt coming up on nyamin dro isu go dami wala 8 nyindi ka 8 nyina doubt 8 damale ni problem samana the problem amuka genu problem of recently another problem because of the information they can be falsified sometimes what I can get problem with it. But it has been led to us. We have taken it up with the authorities, the police authorities. This passport, new passport, these are genuine passports. If you have issues with any one of them, just let us know so that we will try to clarify whatever concerns you may have. So situation, I know it's challenging, but we are trying to deal with it. So that's why we advise people maybe young to try and use the consulate or the embassy, the honorary consuls or the embassy to get their passports. In fact, there have been instances more California, they send the passports home, a passport mostly they give us preferential treatment through the embassy. Passport we process now. Don't be ni aki fonye bukana kakodo spend je bukala passport je buka kodoje. So it's always better to send it through the honorary consuls or the embassy. For honorary consuls, service clinic all around throughout honorary consul in Madrid, maybe Girona, maybe Barcelona. So if people feel maybe it's difficult or challenging to send it through Girona or through Barcelona, they can try they can come to Gambia, the Madrid embassy here. They must in Madrid or Nive Girona, they feel going to Barcelona, they can go to Barcelona and use the services of the honorary consul there. So passport ninga process jang definitely la buka me adu buka jang so. Police will come in mutal mostly come in consul musoto. Minu ya long ko passport bontina direct from home. Ika la molka kiena. Ika issue sort of. So we encourage people to avoid that. Let them just use the services of the embassy. We are open, most of the time. Even at a month official, outside official, we can be reached at all times. And the honorary consuls find the same thing. So we encourage them to use the honorary consuls. When they use the honorary consuls or the embassy, those problems perhaps will be solved.
So did your office receive any notification that there was a letter sent to the Spanish authorities regarding authentication of passports, specifically in Girona? And when you get that notification, were there any actions that was taken to help ease that situation? Because obviously, you just said that yes, authentication is necessary, but passport go to Gambia. They are valid passports and they should be able to be used by Gambians. Because we were told that you guys were notified about that letter. When you got did you get a notification, and what was the steps that you did?
No, the more notification, no more letter J. I have not seen that letter. I think I had it for one recent said it sometime, but I don't know what the reason is why it is not happening in Barcelona. It's not happening. And it's
the concerns about letter being purportedly sent to the Spanish authorities by the councillor of Girona Consulate me along ko ka identify ko ning authentication of monkey and ning passport of the Gambia in manyana validate la has raised a lot of concerns, and tinale Gambian Jamabalu concerns about that particular situation in Girona. Has it come to your attention? I mean, Kabrana Tala attention. What exactly were you being able to do? Kabrana Tala attention.
Okay, for I have not seen the letter myself. So let me allow you not a letter in there. Can bring it to my attention. But you know, it's not happening in Barcelona and it's not happening in Madrid. So why Girona? Definitely, I will want to see the copy of the letter. And if I see a copy of the letter, this is something definitely we will take over the Spanish authorities. At Tandilako, if they have any doubt, it is the embassy that they should contact to clarify those doubts.
I think I want to bring specific attention to Girona, because I went there and I met with officials from Girona, and they have raised a lot of concerns. Authentication or atola embassy to alkal certain village, depending on the different consulates in Girona, Barcelona, Gladojo, it's a different fees based because it could used to run their offices. And I'm being told in Girona they pay between 45 to 60. It depends, right? And that is the money that is used. Now I understand consular officer and all the services they render, but also they work for the government of the Gambia. They work for the citizens of the Gambia in that particular area. Now, how coordinated is that? Atola Embassy coordinate to make sure that the people that they are representing, they're working cordially with them, and they're servicing the interest and the best interest of the Gambia. Because at the end of the day, if you are representing the Gambia in a particular region, you're working for the Gambian people. So embassy lenyanta wolbela umbrella mu embassy ninati. How do you coordinate those services? Is there any control or mechanism? Okay, ninta embassy ka 15 or 20, 30 euro like charge. Atol fanana range nyanta kele between this lady. And also a service only provide. Is there a time frame as to official nyanta yela muntumale and a service only of our Gambian soldiers? Just to look at how the embassy itself operates. Do they operate within those limits, or do they operate within their own, how they're able to do work?
Okay, thank you very much, Fadu. Okay, actually, not long ago, about I think just 2-3 weeks ago, around Barcelona, to meet with the Gambians, and one of the things that we took was we need to harmonize the consular services. Harmonize the consular services. Now, I have a draft in my hand, where we want harmonizing the consular services, so that what the consul in Girona does will be exactly the same as what the consul in the honorary consul in Barcelona or Madrid would do, because eventually they have to draw. So we are working on that. We harmonize it. And perhaps the fee for now, it may not be possible to harmonize the fees, because the rents vary depending on the area. The cost of running the office are very tally. So what we can do is to, because even the ambassador, for some service you pay for services. Although it goes into the Gambia government, for which we don't even have access to. They go to the bank and pay state treasury, treasury account. But they need to pay what is obvious, because wherever you go, you have to pay for the service. Even here in Spain, who are Gambian nationals of Spain, as well. They pay for all these services. Nothing is free. But again, near height of could be a concerning. So we will try to engage the honorary consuls and see how much they charge and determine whether it's reasonable or not. And make it a bit reasonable for the people that they are serving. But coming up in Yamming, it all boils down to the cost of running that office. But unfortunately, they have to pay the staff in the office. They have to pay for electricity, water, telecommunication, rent. So it could be a bit challenging. But notwithstanding, we will try and do that. Again, the services being rendered,
Barcelona
and in Madrid. So I'm not saying that the ideal thing is for somebody living in Girona to have a service in Girona. But if you feel that you can do it with ease in Barcelona, why not go to Barcelona or send to Barcelona? Because this you will not necessarily have to travel in person. You can do a lot of things by post. And because even us, a lot of people send their documents to us direct at the embassy, and then we deal with them. But with regards to the time they open and close, the ideal thing is to mirror their attend the operation hours to the official hours in the country. That's the most ideal. But again, this is an honorary thing. They're not strictly under our control. On a daily basis. So, because we're not paying them, some of them have other jobs to do. Some of them have other jobs to do. They are lawyers, they are this, they are that. So they also find time to attend to those activities. Because, what they have, fees that they charge for, these consular services, definitely, in all fairness, cannot make their ends meet. So they have to be engaged in other things. So what I think that maybe conflict casserole the time of opening and closing. But we'll try to talk to them to be a bit more flexible and perhaps adjust the opening hours and maybe the opening days. So, situation is a fact.
So, and also, because I still want to come back to Girona, particularly, and I want to insist here, particularly the concerns, they have raised serious concerns about their consulate. And in fact, since 2021, before they have had these issues. They have written to the Office of the President. They have written to the Foreign Affairs Ministry. In fact, they said they have lodged a complaint there, and they have spoken to officials of the embassy, and embassy officials have told them, okay, until we're able to do anything, I want to meet with Alcinano in Madrid. But, they said they have acknowledged actually the embassy's role in making things easier for them and open their door policy. In fact, the embassy went there to meet Gambians and all of that. They have raised those, but they have serious concerns. And I think you said something that is very important. These are honorary positions. They are not paid by the Gambia government. So sometimes they cannot be governed properly because they are not being paid. They're offering a service. They just get a little money from the service or the offer. But again, at the end of the day, if you're doing an honorary job, you're doing it on behalf of the Gambian government. You are given an honorary title to do it on behalf of the Gambian government to serve Gambian people. So in that kind of framework, there should be a very cordial relationship. And it seems like this particular councillor doesn't have a good relationship with his people. There are a lot of concerns that have been raised, and some of them I don't even want to bring here. Some of them are very grave and very things like tribal issues, things like political issues, things like, not being able to communicate properly because they allege that he is never in the office. His children are there who don't speak any of these local languages. And then Nila Keval Tata J is difficult to communicate and how Belittle Nyami. And when they complain, some of them, Hanila Keval don't need complaints, how this man bullies these elders. So these are complaints that, I don't even want to bring to the platform. But as the ambassador, these are things I know that some of them, they have told me visibly, they have raised this with your office. I want to name Musa Kaba and Alaji Nyabalinyo ila grupo fighting for your rights. They said they have raised this. They have written to the office of the president. They have written to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They haven't gotten any response. And at some point, I believe, like, Gambians told me that they have raised concerns about living in a community, and this is a very populated community. A lot of money is being raised from the community because Gambia Girona, I can never 10,000 Gambians, right? So if those people are having, that's a big community in the diaspora, if they are having concerns this great and they have written up to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Alma Miracle is about time to look at it because it might be a timing bomb if that's how serious they're thinking and government is not doing anything about it. And the embassy right now also have not addressed it. The only thing they told them is, Nale Isuso, Alma Kino, Alta Barcelona, Raleigh Madrid.
Yeah, thank you, Fatou. In fact, I just want to reiterate for the government of Gambia is very much concerned about the welfare of Gambians, especially in Spain, because the diaspora population of Jang Sambo sort of Bakele, and they are doing a lot of things back at home at the individual level and through NGOs. They are doing so much for the Gambia, and because of that, Gambia government made a code tola. And Dolphin especially in Catalonia area, Girona, a lot of governments and the contribution is so significant that we will try our best to address their problems. In fact, not long ago, the Kenya issue moving forward with this honorary council, it has been lingering. It has been lingering, and through they have sent a letter here, and the letter was sent to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Banjul. Well, unfortunately, there's not much we can do with regards to appointing or removing another consul. That is a decision that is taken at headquarters level. And so, if there is any query about another consul, documented, of course, the onus is on us to send it to Banjul for a decision, which we have done, and then we are waiting for a decision. But in the meantime, Kavin told Touray recently, we took up the issues. We took up issues not only with the honorary consul in question, but our colleague honorary consuls. They need to, to be more patient with people, and they need to, to be to be more polite, when dealing with people, because it's not about him. It's about all of us, serving public in public offices. The way we approach people, the way we talk to people matters a lot. And unfortunately, some of us, it's not good to say, but by our nature, we are better. Some are better at speaking to people, others are not too good at speaking. But that's natural in some cases. But it's not good. It's not an excuse for anybody. But we are trying our best to make sure that our agents who are the honorary consuls are polite to the people, are responsive to the people, and to make them understand that they are servants of the people. This we have said, especially to our honorary consul in Kaduna, and we reiterated to him that at some point it has to look at the way that he deals with the people and try to modify approach to people. It's very, very important. The approach is important, and definitely I hope that he will listen to us. We have already engaged him. And I have told him in passing that if you are in leadership, you have to be patient. I have told him that as a person, so which I will continue to reiterate. And we have these guidelines which we will send to them, which he has to. All of us have to follow. Perhaps that will reduce the friction between him and the people that he's serving. We'll try to, if there's anything to mend, we'll try to mend the relationship between him and
but you can't try to meet with him and the community, and he said he's not going to sit with them. Is that something that happened? Because he's not going to sit with them.
No, not to my understanding at the sea line with them. Not to my understanding at the sea line with them. Because we can it is either him or another country. We can always tell them that you are not there for a particular group, you are not there for a particular tribe, you are not there for a particular party, you are there for Gambians. So you have to, if Gambians approach you, you have to, your interaction with them should be based on the merit of their case, not what they look like, or who they are, but just the merit of their case. That is because all Gambians are taxpayers. All Gambians are taxpayers.
This is important to the emphasis of some of these allegations are really serious because now a certain community, a certain people feel like it only treat like a certain way.
They alienate.
That is really sad. And I think more in our community. And I think that is why it is really serious that what I was saying is some of the grave concerns that were raised about tribal issues, certain people can, and this is not like somebody, this was raised by somebody, but he had concerns because I'm a community member, community leader, and he was really concerned about this. What do you think the embassy can do to bring harmony in Girona, especially within Itolu, Elila councillor, because they feel like he's so empowered, they feel like he believes and he's not serving their interest. And if that is the situation, that makes it very, that's what most of them believe, at least the people that I spoke to. And if that is really serious, then government will feel like somebody who is supposed to be serving their interest is not. More official to in local language, the Spanish lemoy. So Dola Alpha Dol Bije will walk on the carding on the render, and then me complain to it becomes a little bitter. So how can you help to solve that issue if those people have those concerns? How are you able to solve those issues?
Okay, Fatou, like I said, that recently we went on the tour with my staff, including the officer, Mr. Drame, and the deputy ambassador, head of mission, Mr. Lamin Damba. Okay, we went to Girona, and we had a meeting with after the general committee. We had a meeting with the consular himself. Where Mr. Demba, can come witness. We have told the gentleman in concern, the honorable concern, that he is serving the people of the Gambia, not a particular community or a particular tribe or a particular segment of society. We have told him that we draw inspiration from the president. The president is the president of all Gambians, and the president has told us that he doesn't discriminate based on whatever. So that's our inspiration. We have told the honorable council that you cannot discriminate against anybody, regardless of whatever the person looks like or feels like. The decision should be based on what he presents before you. We have told him, and we will continue to engage him to change his ways. And we hope that eventually, the rapport between him and the community will improve. Like I said, some of these issues boil down to personality. The personality issues, and not to say that he's mean. As far as I'm concerned, not to say that he's mean. Perhaps the approach is different. The approach to people is different. But again, that is something that we will have to tell him to work on. And we hope that at some point, definitely, there will be change in the way he deals with the people. It's not something that we like. We hear these complaints, and we will try to sort them out. Inshallah, we'll engage him. We'll continue to engage him. I am mostly on the phone with him. It's not that for no other reason, but again, we have to be pragmatic and reasonable in our approach to issues. We'll continue to talk to him, definitely, and I hope that he will change the way he operates with his people, because really without the people there, he is of no use. In that capacity. In his private capacity, no problem. But without the people in his capacity as honorary consul, he is of no use. If all the governments decide not to work with him, his office will close. He will not have to pay the office close. So we have made it known to him that he has to have patience, and if you are leading people, you have to be tolerant. We have made that known to him in the forum where my councillor Drame was there, and the deputy head of mission, Mr. Demba was there. We have made it very, very clear to him. You have to have patience and be a bit more polite towards people that you serve. And we will continue to bring that in his ears. Not only him, but all the other consuls around. We will continue to talk to them. And even our staff, we are always admonishing ourselves here that we have to be polite to people because we are here because of them. We have to solve their problem. If they come with problems that we cannot solve, then we politely refer them to wherever the problem could be solved.
But do you have these issues with any other person, other embassies? With is this just the only area, in other regions? Because I know I've not been to all this. I haven't had this in Barcelona or other areas, but it's just coming in Girona.
Yeah, but like I said, sometimes these things they boil down to personality. They boil down to personality. We don't have in all fairness, we have not had complaints from another consul here in Madrid, neither from Barcelona. We have had complaints, Girona. And again, like I said, sometimes it boils down to personality. The gentleman in question may not be a mean person, but because of we have different approaches to issues and different demeanors, and which we have to work on. I don't see him as a mean person. Maybe I'll approach the maybe I can, but I don't think I can mean. But anyway, and we continue to talk with him so that perhaps as I try a friend unfortunately I'm married but I encourage try
especially because nibe bandara bankukan when people need services from their government. Nala ambassador is very accommodating. If the embassy is accommodating and all others are accommodating, it will just be right to do that because it's very stressful to live abroad. Far from Ilabadi or Molbe. So if you are serving, especially honorary consul is a big title, it's an honorary title, so it's always should be in the interest of your people. So finally, I left for Gambian in Spain. Generally, the feeling we have from the Gambians in Spain is honestly, they're working with the embassy. The embassy is collaborating with them. They're providing the services they need. But they want more. They want, for example, a visa service to have an embassy in Gambia or somebody who is going to do consular service, and you said you were working on that.
Yeah,
in
sure.
fact, they had issues about Komnila Molfan and Fata. Even in Girona, they had issues about that, but I know you guys know that you are working on those things. Nimol Banta, how, sometimes school they had issues with that. And generally, in welfare, they are not, they are, I'm not saying it's 100%, but they have a good collaboration with the embassy when it comes to service. But obviously, there were some hitches, especially in Girona, in Ila Kansulo Tema. Even assurance Ledila, Gambian or Spain, especially in people in Girona. They have a lot of Gambian population there, and they don't have a good collaboration with their consular there. They don't work well with him. A lot of them go to other Barcelona or Madrid. They don't work with him, and they're still working with him. But generally, Gambian in Spain, especially when it comes to offering them these services that the embassy is providing to them.
Yeah. Okay, Fatou, thank you. At the general level, Gambian in Spain, definitely content back because the vast majority of them, 100%, that's not reasonable, but the vast majority of them are very law abiding, and they are supporting their people back home. And I know a lot of them have NGOs, either directly or working with NGOs, and they are providing a lot of support to Gambian communities, and for which we are so grateful, and we encourage them. You can encourage the family, support such support sort of, and you need any assistance or help from any hitches back at home. Do not hesitate to contact us. If you contact us, we will do whatever is possible, to make sure that those hitches are dealt with. They are really very law abiding. But fortunately, since I came here as ambassador, there has not been an instance where they have brought a Gambian here to say he ran foul with the law or things like that. And there has not been any issue of deportation, young, because they are all doing their normal. And this sense of unity among them is big. They like it. It's one family. In fact, right now, as I speak to you, they are trying to form a federation. If actually a federation was existing, but it's moribund among Sembos sign. So there are Gambians all around, including even Girona, representatives from Girona. They are trying to revive the federation. But that whatever there is, they will speak with one voice. They will speak with one voice, and then the association will be powerful and much more able to support Gambians, a few Gambians who are in distress in one way or the other, especially in Badingol Bantajan, because work are challenging there. But Ning Gambian do the Bulo Cafe Fedron, Koka Kasonia, they are able to deal with it. But by and large, really, it's very good. And, we're also trying to make life easy for them. For example, we're trying to, the Ministry of Interior is planning, sorry, not the Ministry, Immigration Department, they're planning to come here and issue passports. Not directly issue passports, but they're capturing fingerprints, natal, and then they go back home and then print these passports and send it to them. So most of the problems with the passport key are now tomorrow because when they come here, they go to the population centers, Girona, Mataro, Almeria, and other places. They will take their fingerprints, natal talala, the passport key and so there is this issue of documentation. Sometimes sometimes it all mean bijang it can document authenticate. Okay, so it can authenticate sometimes it can Ministry of Foreign Affairs document or stamp. But they have to go to the consulate in Dakar to stamp it. That is a problem for them. So now there's a convention that the Gambia government is trying to ratify now. They call it the Apostille Convention. 120 something countries have already ratified the convention. Once you ratify the convention, it can document apostille document mululem. So needless to any document authenticate la, it can apostille the dealer. Whatever there is, marriage certificate, if apostille la account, the apostille no can wrong. That document can be accepted anywhere. You don't even need to go to Senegal, for example, the consular office. So once that is in place, it will also ease the problem. We are doing that. And at a general level, for government is working with the Spanish government to have what we call the circular flow migration, wherein eligible Gambians will be able to migrate properly, regularly, and lawfully, to Spain to undertake seasonal work for a couple of months, and then they go back when the season is on. They come. So eventually, it's a stage. So now that one, the MOU that are with the government of Spain, that MOU, bring a draft you received some Banjul. It was reviewed. They found it okay in all areas. Sent it back to us. We sent it to the Ministry of Inclusion and Social Migration here in Spain. So Metole Batukang, sign. So near sign, there is need for seasonal labor here. There's need for seasonal labor here. So we hope that that will go a long way in improving the way that Gambians come here. We go after them. We go after them as well. Darunung, Gran Canaria, Las Palmas, I think Fuerteventura, to see the Gambians there, covering what doors or Jamabal and to the back. So we are so concerned. So, myself and my staff, we went there to the Franconia Island, Gran Canaria, and met with the Gambians there. We gave them assurance, and then, at that point, at some point, we embassy staff, we had to use some personal phones, put Marco here and there with some basic needs. But fortunately, Buka Meje, after near profile near they just send them to the peninsula, that is mainland Spain, and eventually they release them and ask them to go and engage in lawful activity. Fortunately, that is what that is helping us, and it's going a long way. Sometimes, like some of them, they have issues of accommodation. Although most of them, body also but don't be body also. So we are working with the new federation on that. The plan is, that all Gambians or most Gambians, the federation in Yinkono, and then the monthly contribution, then we just try to find an asset somewhere, like even we started down in Almeria or Girona or wherever. We try to find an asset there. We are honey, association of Sasang. Yes, and then in Nalal Kutol, Nina, and Chanda, they can go in there for a couple of weeks, pending gainful employment, and then they move out. And once they have gainful employment, they also contribute towards to that effort. So that is what we are trying to do. But by and large, the community here is very supportive, as I said, and we have a very good rapport with them. We don't have a choice but to support the Gambian community because we are here for them. They are the reasons why we're here. So because of that, our phones are open all the time. Even me as an ambassador, I do all sorts of things. I meet with them. I receive the calls. I go at odd hours. I visit odd places. Just to make sure that the Gambians here feel relatively okay.
Finally, what is your message to the Gambians? To the Gambia, I mean, we will definitely come back here in the summer. We'll be doing a 3-city tour with our partners in Barcelona, Spain, Italy, and Germany. We'll be looking at Gambians, obviously, to look at their situation. So hopefully, before we come in, Girona situation would have been solved, and we would have gotten a feedback from the people of Girona.
Generally, we want to assure them that the relationship between the Gambia and Spain is really worth it. It's very worth it. The Spanish government is really supportive of the Gambian people, as especially the security services, the immigration, the police, the army. Recently, as you might be aware, they donated patrol boat to the Navy, and that's not the end. There are a lot of other promises that they have made. So really, we stand to benefit a lot. Sorry, and there are a lot of excuse me. There are a lot of Gambians in Jammu Alonko Ibila Hajul Tokodokam, and like I said, they face very little harassment from the Spanish authorities, if any, because I am not aware that they harass them, they stop and search. No, I'm not aware that that is happening. And the Spanish are definitely much accommodating. They're much accommodating of foreigners, especially Gambians. Yeah. So but again, you have to give credit to Gambians, because maybe Nyaji will make a Gambian only the fan respect in Bangkok Kanja, which is very, 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 very good. And we for Gambian back home, they continue to pray for the people here, for their peace and their progress, and for the peace and progress of the Gambia as well. And the government is doing all that is possible to ensure that the cooperation and between the Gambia and Spain goes to the highest height. The Spanish are really open and willing to support whatever there is, so that and in fact, before I close, in next month we have a mini investment forum, with the government of Gran Canaria, Las Palmas Mafonla. It's one of the regions in Spain, and it's a fairly strong region in terms of economy, and industry, tourism, agriculture, education, all these things, they are very strong. And they are collaborating with countries like Senegal, Mauritania, Cape Verde, and also why not Gambia? So because of that, we are receiving a delegation from the Gambia government, to come here and promote investment, so that companies in Las Palmas can be lured to go to the Gambia. Because Las Palmas in Gambia, it's very close by flight. It's just about 2 hours thereabout, and we have a lot of things in common, weather and all these things. So, and it's proximity-wise. So we are encouraging them to invest in the Gambia, and there are positive signals that things will improve for the better, definitely. So this mission is coming here in June, and the government of Gran Canaria is accepting us, facilitating the meetings, the government of Spain as well through Casa Africa. So we hope that at the end, there's going to be a lot of positive things that will come out of our relationship with the people of Spain and the government and people of Spain. Yeah, it's okay. So Fatou, before you close, definitely I have to pay tribute to my staff. To my staff, the deputy head of mission, Mr. Lamin S. Demba, the councillor Haji Saibo Drame, and the first secretary, Mr. Banking Jai, and the other supporting staff. They have been so cooperative and so willing and so polite towards everything that we do. Much to the admiration of Gambians, especially the council officer, Mr. Saibo Drame. He is very untiring. Very untiring. You can reach him anytime. Gambians can reach him anytime, even outside of official hours. All times, he's always willing to go the extra mile and talking to people. He takes it with a passion. He takes the assignment with a passion, and honestly, there is no discrimination whatever. With regards to inclination, whether it's political inclination or tribal inclination or religious inclination. So for which we are, I have to put that on record, and express gratitude to them, and we hope that spirit of camaraderie will continue. I'm sorry, I have gone back to English. That miracle coming from one into Nyata Kombe, interview the company so na do ko ñol jang min be fe jang kaw le tentu ten wrong e kabo Mr. Lamin Dembala min na deputy de Alhaji Saibo min mo councilor ñu to kan banki jaay min mo force secretary ñin mo le tinal ke be wakil tale timino diata gamenol kam ba kele so ke ma ko le hali wato min na manki do ko wato di fang we can know what times telephone no kam manne council officer honeymoon chande airport asitaje even at all times so it's highly commendable also akalamuta o nyamaten wrong. And really we are not here for any segment of society. We are here for Gambians. For posterity's sake, we are here for Gambians, and it's highly manifested in the embassy here. Momo Nata, they don't even ask where you are from. They just deal with you based on the issue in Sambananja. So I have to thank them and all the support staff as well. It's highly commendable.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ngonoa. And definitely, that is the feedback we got from the general population. Like I said, we went to these 3 cities, Girona, South, and in Mataro, and in Barcelona. But the feedback, honestly, is very good feedback about the embassy. And also, even the Spanish authorities, we haven't had any specific complaint for the Spanish authorities of Gambia no harassment and arrestment deportation. Definitely, Spain is a very progressive country when it comes to migration, and then they have been very accommodative. Obviously, the embassy from Nagoya, I think the only incident, for the whole of the Girona incident, but apart from that, generally, they have got feedback, very good feedback from the Gambians in Spain. And we want to thank the embassy more for that, because obviously, embassy la role more like so we want to thank you. And Madrid this time, but I mean, them continue back. If I come be continue, any embassy staff will be, inshallah, if we're able to. I know I mean them, I think no brother. If we are able to come to Spain again in the summer, we will definitely try to come to the embassy and have a conversation with the embassy staff also maritally to engage them and see how they can do openly properly. And I think that will be very important. We will be doing that inshallah in Nata because we will be going to Italy and Germany also. Allah Baraka for this time talking to us. And it is important when we raise this concern about Gambians, you guys wanted to come and tell us what is the situation. And I think that is public service. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the opportunity speaking to us. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Fatou. Thank you, bye-bye, and wish you a pleasant stay. And hopefully when you come next, you will come to Madrid.
Inshallah, we will definitely do that. Thank you so much.
Merci à vous.
Thank you. We'll continue. And I mean, you'll continue.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much. Yeah,
okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. And that brings us to the end of this show. We'll be back next week, inshallah. I hope the Gambians in Girona can take pride in this, that the ambassador really wanted to come out and clear the air. When we spoke to the citizens, they were concerned about certain issues. And the ambassador wanted to reach out, wanted to speak about this so that the Hakilo Sabatin, and I think this is what public service is, maybe concerns about certain things, you come out and speak about those things. So I think that's the embassy more Tentula. And we want to say we're very thankful to the people of Spain for the GRO meeting. We want to thank them, the Gambian community in South in Girona. We want to thank them and the ones in Mataro. We thank you all. Inshallah, we'll be back very soon in Spain and of course in other cities in Europe. Until we come your way next week. Good night to you all. Bye-bye and thank you.
We are happy to announce the launch of our new logo. We have evolved since our incorporation in 1997, and it is time to refresh our new look to reflect who we are today. Before I reveal our new look, however, walk with me while I take you through our journey of the last 25 years. Trust Bank was incorporated on July 3rd, 1997 and began operations on October 1st, 1997. Following the collapse of the parent company of its predecessor, Meridian, the CBG stepped in and recapitalized the bank and held the shares in trust, thus the name Trust Bank. In 1999, the first investors who responded to the IPO and paid $1.50 per share received their maiden dividend of 50 bututs per share. In 2000, the bank fully paid back its investment we have always been. As we look forward to greater achievements, we are rebranding to reflect who we are today and the future that we inspire. Our new logo has been designed to visually demonstrate our Gambian heritage and the sophisticated nature of the bank. We are moving away from the navy and gold-colored parallelogram-shaped logo to our baobab tree with a rising sun in the background. The striking outline of a baobab tree at sunrise is a familiar sight to anyone who has spent time in the Gambia. Our new logo and visual identity are inspired by our core values and spirit of being a pioneer in providing a unique banking experience. It is a completely new look that better matches the transformation we have made as a company. But we remain your trust bank. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to present to you our new logo and corporate identity.